Today is day 22 on my road to 108 Sun Salutations by the summer solstice, which is like 4 days away. I think that's the most overwhelming part of this, is that like 22 days of time has passed. Did I do enough? Did I go as hard as I could? Like, did I do all the things that were required in that time? And then like just not being hard on myself, especially as, right, like a neurodivergent and somebody that like wants to put my best self forward, but I feel like everybody wants to put their best self forward, so it's not that. It's literally just like being scared to be wrong is honestly the biggest thing. Being scared to be seen to a certain extent, and like even being at the park, right? Like there's multiple things that go through my head, and it's because I know I worry too much about other things happening. And it's a mix between like I need a quiet space and I don't want to be seen, right? So sometimes when I'm working, I literally need other people around for body doubling, right? Like I see them actively engaged, I'm gonna be actively engaged, boom. But like if I'm gonna practice something, I want to be in a corner by myself, so like if I make a mistake, no one can see it. But the biggest thing is not making any mistakes. You also can't get correction. So this 22 days has definitely shown me that it's okay to be strong and wrong. That honestly the biggest thing is that like just time is passing by and it could be going a lot harder than I am. But I also have been softer to myself and taking care of myself, where my shoulders can relax at night, or I know when I'm starting to tense up again, and this used to be my default. Or you know, like I've witnessed what it's like to take a day off and go slower and then come back and be able to push myself further than I have previously. So a lot can change in 22 days. A lot can be the same. But sticking through this every day, a reminder, I can do hard things. And it honestly feels good to do something because I want to do it, not because it's a requirement. I think that developing a daily practice for YTT. It was like, I'm doing this watching the bees collect pollen from the flowers out here. Yeah, like when I set up my daily practice, it became because that's what YTT required of me. Then I got my certification and was like, well, it's not really a requirement. And not that it's not, but like, I don't know if it is. Every life is different. And I haven't read that part of the sutra yet. But he will say that because it's something that now I want to do every single day, it kind of changes my relationship with it. And I know these are more like, no, these are for myself. I hope that these ADHD rants and conversations about being a yoga teacher are helpful to other people out there, but this practice of verbalizing before my workout, before my practice, before my workout, before whatever, yeah, it's a requirement for me. Like, I need to do that, and I want to do that. Yeah, I would like to get out of bed and fully be active earlier in the mornings. I have a couple more days where I think I require a lot more sleep, which is crazy because like it's just going up, right? Like we're approaching the top of the roller coaster, the summer solstice. So I think that it's a good time to just take a moment and breathe and rest a little. I guess technically, right? You'd be resting a little. I should be resting a little shorter. And I think that's just the interesting part about people, right? Of like, some people come alive in the summer, winter, spring, fall. I'm definitely a fall and winter come alive kind of person, but for me it starts going up in the summer. So we're approaching the summer solstice, and I think that's just an interesting energy to sit with. And definitely, like, astrologically, it being the summer strawberry moon here coming up in New Jersey, that's like the peak of berry season, and like harvest and celebration time. So it lines up perfectly for Juneteenth weekend this year. Really excited about that. But it's like, it's also like the calm before the storm. So, not sure if anyone else has been feeling like they just need some extra rest. There's been a lot of like high energy events going on, especially in the Northeast, with the NBA Finals and the World Cup, and the World Cup Finals like definitely being held here. So there's a lot happening. A lot of protests as well. So I think as we take in the moments to celebrate, it's also the moments of rest and gratitude. You can't pour from an empty cup, so refilling your cup in the way that works for you. Mine's been doing yoga every day, and then building upon that one skill at a time. I've done like the 12-week year before and tried to build habits that way. Wasn't really helpful. I did it, but it became like a requirement of what I had to do to be successful, and not like let me build this because it's a system that works for me. So definitely having ADHD and building a system that works for you, I think, is the ultimate way to manage it. And I think this will definitely be a helpful start for, I've got the systems for yoga, now I get the systems for Sashimono, and I get the systems for working. So it'll have to be a mix of those things. I've gone on this long rant to say that like these 22 days have been about me building something as a part of my schedule, allowing my schedule to be flexible as I figure out how I want to work, and what works best for me. And being kind to self, and reviewing what works and doesn't work, because I've taken in a lot of things that work for other people, and I'm like, well, because this works, it should work for me, and that's just not how anything goes, especially not yoga. So building the system and practice that works for me, not being afraid to be seen, especially with that summer coming up, a lot of fire energy, and I have a lot of fire energy, so it's just honoring the place where the fire energy is, and then spending some time outside, spending some time outside, just you and nature. So yesterday I repotted some plants, right, and just going through that motion, being outside while doing it, like, it makes me feel connected and grounded in a different way, and a reminder of how like this is all cyclical. One thing that I really do miss about Japan is that there are shrines almost everywhere you go. And like for me, not being born like into the Shinto practice, right? Like from where I stand in relation to it, like being able to stop and share your gratitude for what made, I guess what made things possible, or like for what you have being a possibility in your life, right? So like some of the shrines are dedicated to goddesses and gods, right? And so then they oversee certain things. So like rice, for instance, right? And so like I'm sure they may be like going and saying thank you to said person for said entity for rice, or they may stop and just say thank you for the rice, right? And like that type of motion together, every day where you go throughout different areas, it just changes your insides, because I was having these large moments, these small moments of gratitude, but every day and every which way I turned. So that's a system that's going to be a little bit more harder for me to implement. It was lovely over there because you see the shrine. Oh god, I'm drawing a blank on the name. But you do see the shrine, right? So like, it's kind of like the visual trigger of, okay, like, gratitude, thank you, respect. So I think not having that for these like 22 days of being home has been a little weird. And Sun Salutations have definitely helped me build that process back in its own way. So yeah, it's only day 22. I've got 4 more to go. I got 4 more to go. We do hope to be out earlier tomorrow morning, because I got a lot of things going on, and we want to be prepared for Sun Salutations, but I know that I can, wake up early when it's like big thing. So being able to wake up early for myself, because that's what I want to do, should also be a big thing. So hopefully I get that together. Today gonna do like 36 full planks. Again, really focusing on the wrist and elbow placement, because that's what I'm struggling with the most. I did my shoulder exercises before I got here, so I'm good to go there. And I think that's it. So I'm gonna turn on the music and do a time lapse. The outro for day 22. I did not record one before I left from the park yesterday, but yesterday was a solid day. I did not drink any water in between my sets because I really had to go to the bathroom, and did not want to go in that park. I don't even know if that park has bathrooms. Either way, yesterday I did the Sun Salutations, the amount that I wanted to do, and I guess like what's really coming up is, not just forming the habit, but building the lifestyle and being kind that it doesn't just appear overnight. So I'm on day 22. It's earlier than usual, so win there. But work's not done. We'll keep going. And yeah, hope you stick around for day. Oh snap! I think it's day 23. Yeah, today's day 23. This is for day 22.